Welcome to the Hot Glue Pilot RC channel. Here I show you how to build all kinds of different things, all ranging from acronoplans down to giant airliners, and also very small and simple RC wings that you can even build yourselves. I try to make my tutorials as simple and as fun as possible, so that it's easy for you to follow them and learn something from them. This tutorial will be no different from the others, because again, the goal will be to make a super simple 250-gram RC plane. Unlike with most of my previous designs, this will be a much more conventional design. Not only will I show you how to build this plane, but I will also explain to you how to modify it in order to make it have two wings, so biplane, and I will also show you how to put on skis in order to make it land on snow, as you can see here in the footage. So I decided to reuse the wings from another project. However, you can easily build this yourself by just copying this right here. Try to get it approximately right, however it doesn't have to be that exact. Next up, I decided to build the fuselage. Try to copy this shape again, however as always it doesn't need to be perfect. Try to get it approximately right. In order to decrease the weight, I decided to make it very simple, just two sheets of this foam and a wooden spar in between. If your only goal is to minimize the weight, so that it would preferably stay under 250 grams, then you should probably leave out this wooden spar. However, for me the structural integrity was very important because, well, it should be a snowplane, and that would have to handle a lot of forces while landing, for example, and also for the takeoff. And I think it's very important to note that, for me at least, the aircraft never really broke. At least with the fuselage, the wings are a different story because they are not really reinforced. Their goal is to be as light as possible. Here you can see that I'm trying to attach the wing. However, I noticed that there's a big gap in between the wing and the main fuselage, so I'm going to try to create an adapter. If you want, you can also just not make it. However, I strongly recommend it for you because then the wing will be stronger attached to the plane. Now the time has come to install the RC motor. In this case I actually decided to use a very small 7.4 volt RC drone motor. However, it proved to be way too small and not powerful enough, because I had to, basically I had to keep the throttle at 100%, and in the end the motor burned up after 5 flights. So yeah, I decided to use another motor. Then it was actually an 11 volt motor, still a drone motor, however it was just a lot bigger. So yeah, keep that in mind when choosing your power option. Oh, and I almost forgot to say that this plane only took around 20 minutes to build for me. And yes, I already had the wings pre-built, however that doesn't really take that much time. And it's just a really simple design, you can't do anything wrong. And it's also very cheap, because the electronics are as cheap as they get. Now yes, I did use Metal Gear servos, and I really recommend that you use them, because they are way more reliable than those blue ones that you can find on Amazon and on AliExpress. But yeah, I think it costs around maybe $30 to $35, but I will keep that in the description, so check that out if you want. So now that I was finished with the building, I decided to take it out for a test flight. However, yeah, it didn't really work out that well. However, why is that? Well, here I have a picture from the side of the airplane. And now here's a picture with the center of gravity. The center of gravity, if you don't know, is basically the point where you can balance the entire plane if you would only have one finger. And not the front would be heavier and not the back, but rather the mass would balance itself out and the plane would stay upright. Now with planes, and especially RC airplanes, the normal rule is that the center of gravity has to be on the front third to front fourth part of the wing. But in this case for me it was rather in the middle, and that's why it flew backwards. But I corrected it, and as you can see it flew a lot better. Now that I finally had a proven model, I thought to myself, yes, this is going to be a perfect YouTube video. Not too much information, but also not too little information. This is going to be exactly great. I'm going to let it stay as it is. But then, yeah. Just before I wanted to start making the video, it actually ended up snowing here in Europe. And so I thought to myself, well, why not just build a snowplane? I ended up making floats because I heard that they work better with powdered snow. And well, yeah, I just decided to cut out some shapes and then I covered them up with some tape. I've decided to mount the floats onto the aircraft using metal wires. I just cut them out and I bended them to the correct shape. I don't think it's necessary to make a tutorial on that. Yeah, I think you can figure it out yourself. And yeah, it held up pretty well, so I can recommend it for you as well. I also then decided to change the propeller from a 3-bladed one to a 2-bladed one. Now this definitely was a bad thing for the ground clearance. However, there are so many advantages with 2-bladed propellers. I mean, for example, the efficiency is a lot better, and I think it just handles a lot better with the power, but yeah. And now you're probably asking yourself, how did you build the second wing underneath the original one? Well, I think I did the same process as with the one on the top, and I just ended up connecting them with some foam board. Yeah, it's really not that complicated, just try something out. Oh, and don't forget that the wing on the bottom should be a little bit further back than the wing on the top, and it should also have a shorter wingspan than the wing on the top. Yes, but now enough with this technical stuff. It is time for the flight montage.